So for this data inferences question, notice it's talking about a sample of 600 individuals who are randomly selected. Now that's really important because that means that the information that we're going to get from this sample should be representative of the entire population in question. So 482 of, or out of, we could say, out of these 600 randomly selected registered voters are in favor of increasing funding. So we could set up a proportion here and say, well, if that's true of the sample, then how many of the population of 19,310 registered voters would be in favor of increasing funding? So that's one way you could do it, and you could just cross multiply. I like to just kind of write things out as I go, but you could choose to just put it in your calculator right away, and then we'll divide by 600, and then we could type it all into our calculator. 482 times 19,310. I like to press enter just to avoid any potential order of operations error. I'll go ahead and do divide by 600. And notice we get the answer as C. Now you might be wondering, is there another way you could do it? Yes, you could have done 482 divided by 600 right away and said, oh, okay, so it's about 80.3% of the individuals. You could take that percent and say, okay, let's do an extrapolation of that to the entire population and say, okay, that percent of, which means multiply, the 19,310 gives you the same thing. So notice it's the same numbers involved, just kind of a slightly different thought process. But regardless, we get C.